It's spring in Hungry Hollow, and at our farm here in Yolo County, where we grow asparagus. Asparagus emerges in the spring, actually before spring, starts sometime around the 1st of March, and it is stimulated by ground temperatures. Asparagus is harvested by hand. Unfortunately, it's one of those crops that takes a lot of judgment decisions when it's being cut. It's cut underneath, just below the surface of the soil, with a tool called an asparagus knife. So each row has to be visited every day. Asparagus grows rather quickly in the spring, up to 1 or 2 inches every day. So in order to get them at the optimum height, you have to cover every acre every day, which can take a pretty good sized crew depending on how many acres you have planted. As you can see in this field, there's approximately 10, 12 people working in this crew, each harvesting one row back and forth through the field through the day. The asparagus are placed in these plastic totes and they're picked up by a tractor in the field. They're then hauled into our packing shed, where they are offloaded and sized and graded. Once we're arriving at our packing shed, they are offloaded with a forklift and taken to a place where they are wet down with well water, which is approximately 40 degrees. So it not only rehydrates them, it also cools them down. Asparagus can be as much as 78% water, so we have to be responsive to the amount, to keeping them hydrated all the time. We started growing asparagus in our area in 1996, and our first crop came out in 1998, because it takes a couple of years prior to harvest for the roots to become established in the field. And being a perennial crop, they are good for 10 or 12 years without having to replant. The asparagus go into a cooler. They're refrigerated overnight and brought down to 36 degrees. They then come out and go onto our packing and sorting line. The first machine they go through trims all the ends off, so they're all of fairly similar length, but they're all graded, sized. Takes a real good eye to be able to pick out the different sizes. A lot of handwork. You can see how many hands are touching all this asparagus. They are then placed in bunches and put in rubber bands, banded out. This asparagus packing line was built in our farm shop by our employees, and it's pretty amazing because it's not a simple thing. It's quite complicated, and they worked out all the details. Everything is stainless steel and food grade plastic. They are then bunched. After they're bunched, they're tagged. They put our name on them. And then they go through another saw that cuts all the asparagus off to exactly the same length, 9.5 inches. They are then taken out of these stainless steel boxes and put in our boxes for shipping. Each box has an emaciated pad in the bottom that is wet down. Since asparagus is still alive, even through the packing and refrigeration process, it does want to continue to grow. So having a pad underneath them in the box helps keep them fresh and hydrated and allows them to continue to grow even in the box, although the refrigeration slows them down dramatically. They're then palletized by sizes: small, medium, large, and jumbo. Majority of the spares come in at a standard and jumbo size, a standard and large size. They then go into our cooler. They're wrapped and stored, awaiting shipment. When a truck comes, they are pulled out and loaded directly into a refrigerated truck. We have very skillful employees who know how to handle all this valuable product. And this is the essence of our farm that's heading to your store and hopefully to your table. Enjoy it tonight or whenever. Thank you.